Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe now my channel and see videos. Stay tuned for new videos. And encourage others to watch my channel videos. During her testimony at her son's trial, a judge scolds Chrisley Knows Best star Nanny Faye, causing an attorney to defend her. What happened? Keep reading for all the details on her sassy day in court. Chrisley trial update. Nearly 3 years since the initial indictment, Chrisley Knows Best stars Todd and Julie Chrisley are finally having the day in court. The couple stands accused of defrauding the federal government. People details the allegations. The reality stars are in court on criminal bank fraud and tax evasion charges. The outlet further notes that the couple allegedly submitted falsified documents when applying for rental property and loans. The trial began on May 16, 2022, in Atlanta, Georgia. The case went to the jury on Friday, June 3. Todd's mother, Nanny Faye, was among those testifying during the trial. Judge scolds Nanny Faye, attorney defends her. Beloved Chrisley Knows Best star Nanny Faye isn't facing any of the legal woes her son is. She was called to the stand to answer questions about documents bearing her name. For the most part, the grandmother didn't have much to offer the prosecution. For many questions, she simply answered that she didn't remember. At 77 years old, that's entirely possible. However, she did get into a little trouble with the judge. During questioning, she used a term of endearment in her answers. The Honorable Federal Judge Eleanor Ross scolded Nanny Faye at one point, telling her to stop calling the prosecuting attorney, honey. Insider reveals that Assistant U.S. Attorney Annalise Peters spoke up in Nanny Faye's defense, saying they weren't bothered by the phrase. But the judge put her foot down, saying, not in this courtroom, no. It's that Nanny Faye charm that viewers love so much. Chrisley Knows Best returns with new episodes. Despite Todd and Julie's legal troubles, the USA Network is standing by them. The hit show Chrisley Knows Best will return on June 23. If the teaser trailer is any indication, Nanny Faye is up to her usual antics. In the short clip, the family matriarch chugs beer and tells Savannah, "I'm not no basic BTCH," sending her granddaughter into hysterics. At one point, Todd rescues his mother from a party. "Mama, this is a DMN swinger party," he says in shock. Nanny Faye isn't in any hurry to leave, though. "I ain't going nowhere until I get me something to eat," she says, plate in hand. Check out the teaser trailer below. What do you think about the judge scolding Nanny Faye? Share your reaction in the comments below. Stay tuned for a verdict in the Chrisley trial next week. In a small, dimly lit courtroom, the air hung heavy with tension as the Chrisley trial unfolded. The high-profile case had captured the attention of the nation, with Todd Chrisley, a wealthy real estate mogul, facing charges that could potentially alter the course of his life. However, it wasn't Todd who found himself in the hot seat on this particular day, it was his feisty and lovable mother, Nanny Faye. Nanny Faye, a sprightly woman in her golden years, had become an unexpected focal point of the trial. The charges against Todd Chrisley were serious, including accusations of financial fraud and tax evasion. As the trial progressed, the prosecution attempted to connect Nanny Faye to some of the alleged wrongdoings, suggesting that she was more involved than she let on. The atmosphere in the courtroom crackled with anticipation as Nanny Faye, dressed in her signature floral print dress and oversized sunglasses, took the stand. Her attorney, a seasoned legal mind with a reputation for defending the indefensible, prepared to fight tooth and nail to protect his client's innocence. The judge, a stern figure in a black robe, peered over his glasses at Nanny Faye. "Mrs. Chrisley," he began, his voice carrying the weight of authority, "you are here today to answer questions regarding your son's financial dealings. Do you understand the gravity of the situation?" Nanny Faye, undeterred by the gravity of the circumstances, nodded with a twinkle in her eye. "Yes, Your Honor, I understand. But you know, I've been around the block a few times. Life's too short not to enjoy it, don't you think?" The judge sighed, a mix of exasperation and amusement evident on his face. "Mrs. Chrisley, we are not here to discuss life's philosophies. We are here to get to the bottom of these allegations. Now, please answer the questions truthfully." As the questioning unfolded, the prosecution tried to paint Nanny Faye as a mastermind behind the alleged financial misdeeds. They presented documents, bank statements, and intricate timelines, attempting to create a web that ensnared her in the controversy surrounding her son. The air in the courtroom grew tense, and even the most optimistic supporters of the Chrisley family began to doubt Nanny Faye's innocence. However, her attorney, a sharp-witted legal maestro, seized every opportunity to turn the tide in his client's favor. He skillfully cross-examined the prosecution's witnesses, exposing inconsistencies and planting seeds of doubt in the minds of the jury. With each objection, he defended Nanny Faye like a seasoned general protecting his queen on a chessboard. As the trial progressed, the judge grew increasingly frustrated with Nanny Faye's nonchalant attitude. "Mrs. Chrisley, this is a court of law, not a comedy club. Your constant quips and jokes are not helping your case. Show some respect for the gravity of the situation." Nanny Faye, however, remained unapologetic. "Your Honor, life's too short to be serious all the time. Laughter is the best medicine, they say." The judge scowled but continued the proceedings, determined to maintain order in his courtroom. It became evident that Nanny Faye's carefree demeanor was not a sign of guilt but rather her way of coping with the stress of the trial. Her attorney recognized this and used it to their advantage. In a pivotal moment, the defense called a surprise witness, a close family friend who had known Nanny Faye for decades. The witness painted a picture of Nanny Faye as a kind-hearted woman with no interest in financial matters. They attested to her innocence, emphasizing her genuine ignorance of her son's alleged misdeeds. The courtroom, which had been a battleground of legal arguments and accusations, now stood still as the emotional testimony unfolded. Nanny Faye, her eyes glistening with gratitude, cast a quick glance at her attorney. He had orchestrated this moment, turning the tables and giving the jury a reason to reconsider their assumptions. As the trial neared its conclusion, the attorney delivered a passionate closing argument, weaving together the threads of doubt and showcasing the lack of concrete evidence against Nanny Faye. He appealed to the jury's sense of justice, urging them not to let an innocent woman be collateral damage in a case against her son. The judge, now weary from the lengthy proceedings, instructed the jury to deliberate. The nation held its breath as the fate of Nanny Faye hung in the balance. The courtroom doors closed, leaving the attorneys, the defendant, and the spectators anxiously awaiting the jury's decision. After what felt like an eternity, the jury returned. The room fell silent as the foreperson handed the verdict to the judge. He examined it stoically before announcing, "We find the defendant, Nanny Faye Chrisley, not guilty." A wave of relief swept through the courtroom as supporters of the Chrisley family erupted into cheers. Nanny Faye, her eyes brimming with tears, hugged her attorney, grateful for his unwavering belief in her innocence. As the Chrisley trial concluded, it left a lasting impact on the legal landscape and the public's perception of high-profile cases. The unexpected hero of the trial was not the wealthy real estate mogul but his spirited and resilient mother, Nanny Faye. The trial taught the nation that justice could prevail, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, and that sometimes, a touch of humor could be the best defense.